What is going on, everyone? Thank you and welcome back to a brand new episode of Coffee with a Beta Reviewer. And today, folks, is a very special episode as I do a Zoom meeting with a friend of mine that I've known for 10 years. Him and I go way back. We knew each other when we were just co-workers, and then we became roommates. And now he is a videographer, and he's a really big car enthusiast. But him and I had the chance to have a Zoom meeting as we are talking about, yep, a sarcasm segment of Space Jam #2, A New Legacy with LeBron James. And if you know what a sarcasm review means, it's a bad film. But with that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching my video, and let's get started with today's review for Space Jam: A New Legacy. So everyone, thank you so much for watching this video, and this is my good old friend of 10 years. This is Aaron Latimer. Hey, Aaron, how about you tell everyone where they can find you on YouTube, and just if you have like a Instagram or anything like that, they can reach you?
Yeah, so my YouTube account is Aaron Latimer. It's just my first and last name. And that's pretty much how you can find me on Instagram as well. Aaron_Latimer is my Instagram. That's pretty much where I'm the most active. It's just those two places right there. So I've done a lot of car content, a lot of camera content. I like to kind of mix the two together. I'm a videographer by trade, and I like cars by hobby. So I'm kind of just trying to combine the two and just have some fun with it.
Well, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, definitely. I watched some of your stuff, and one of my personal favorites is probably the one where you do the video for your new car. You it you did some trippy editing in that video. You did kind of like this upbeat music, and then you got like, it was kind of like jittery transitions. I really liked that. That was very
Thanks,
impressive.
man. Thanks. Yeah, so that car video, ironically, I just sold that car. Um, so I just moved on from a Toyota 86, also the cousin to what most people know as the Subaru BRZ. So I had one of those for a few years, and that video was a lot of fun to make. Um, but I just sold it, and I've actually moved on to a Corvette now. So Corvette will be my next car that I plan to build on the channel.
Dude, that's really dope, dude, because Corvette, you really can't go run with a car like that. Like,
Nah,
it really doesn't matter what year it is. Corvette is just one of those cars that any American would love to have.
oh yeah, and it's a blast to drive. And I literally just got it a couple weeks ago, so I've just been thrashing the tires. I'll be
Nice.
honest, just lots of burnouts.
Have you yet taken it out to like the desert and just do a lot of like crazy stuff with it?
Not yet. I will though. I absolutely will be. There's a whole lot of places. I live out in Arizona, so there's a whole lot of places out here that I plan on taking it, and
Nice.
just taking a sports car in the desert. It's kind of ironic, and I like the irony of it. So taking a sports car into four-wheel drive conditions, you got to be very careful because you can really mess up the underside of a car by doing that. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
But anyways, this is our review. This is what is called a sarcasm review. So I'm sure you are very familiar with what sarcasm means, but what a sarcasm review is all about is that, like, I would say a phrase such as like, "Oh, this movie was so great. The special effects were so fantastic," but technically it's not. But
Beautiful.
yeah, that's my sarcasm review. So this is a sarcasm review for Space Jam: A New Legacy that stars LeBron James, and it stars Bugs Bunny, and it also has the hillbilly cowboy that likes shooting guns. And it's also got Superman. It's got King Kong. It's got
Game of Thrones is in it.
Game of Thrones. It also has Pennywise the dancing clown. Say what?
It's definitely a story that everybody, I'm sure, was skeptical, but once they saw this movie, I'm sure they were blown away by how great it was.
Yep, it was really good.
Yeah, if you're blind and deaf.
Even if you're colorblind.
Yes.
But for anyone who is like an eagle eye movie watcher, there is a lot of characters that's in this movie. Because like you also got the characters that is from that very controversial movie. Um, the one that has Malcolm McDowell, the guys that wear like tuxedos and wear the top hats. Do you know who? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'm. Oh man, I'm having a hard time remembering the name of the movie, but it is by far one of the most horrendous films out there. I have not watched it
Oh.
because I don't want to watch it. I heard it's a very despicable film.
Oh.
For these characters and even Pennywise the dancing clown to be in this movie and not Pele Le Pew, there's something wrong.
Dude. I because the original Space Jam is such a classic to every 90s born kid.
Yeah.
It's like you hear that another one's coming out, and of course, using another basketball great in LeBron James. And so you instantly think, oh, this is going to be fantastic. You know, remakes as of late have actually been really good.
Yeah, they have.
This one,
no thanks.
was not.
Oh. But I do need to tip my hat off to LeBron James because I thought he did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, his acting was that of what I'd expect. I mean, it was similar. His acting was similar to that of Michael Jordan. Let's be real.
Yeah,
It's not the greatest, but it's honestly, he plays the role well. It works for what that movie is supposed to be.
But you know what? I think the only funny thing that I've ever seen LeBron James do in this movie is when he just makes a reference to the Matrix.
Oh, I don't remember this reference.
He was all like, because this was at the moment when he started to see how the whole interface Don Cheadle is now kidnapping his son, and then all of a sudden he's just seeing like a lot of numbers, and he's like,
yeah.
What in the Matrix? Hell,
that's okay. I do remember that now.
That made me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, certainly puns like that we about movies we grew up watching make sense. The other thing is that that would not make sense for technically the target audience. The target audience has to be, young kids, anywhere from 6 to 10 years old, right?
But it felt like it was not really geared towards kids because there were several times that we heard a cartoon cuss.
Oh man, that
felt weird.
That makes sense. I don't remember it, but I don't really pay attention to that.
Daffy Duck cusses.
Of course, that makes sense.
I mean, it kind of does.
But I don't know. The biggest thing for me with this movie was that it was just the plot line was so thin. It was so shallow in terms of like in the original Space Jam. It's like there are ebbs and flows to it, whereas in this one it was just instantly down and then instantly up, and then the movie was over. It was like it didn't take you anywhere else.
Yeah. Right now I'm just trying to look up and see the name of that one movie. The one that I told you that was controversial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it right now it's just gonna kill me, but let's see if I can find it here.
A user review on IMDb. A user review on IMDb says the topic says, "Don't bother. It's not well scripted or acted. Hollywood needs to learn that highly pampered, privileged athletes are not commanding endearing moments from audiences." Is as harsh as that comment is, there's a shred of truth there. The storyline was terrible.
Yeah. Well, like, especially with Don Cheadle's character, you can almost understand where he's coming from, but I still I feel like that Don Cheadle did everything he can to play this character.
Oh yeah, I think he definitely did a good job of playing a villain.
It looked like he was. It looked like he was having a lot of fun with what he was doing. So I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
was
totally.
just. Yeah, I think that he just did the best as he can with a
Yeah.
movie that he knew that was going to be complete crap.
Yeah, and at some point you got to realize. I would imagine an actor like him would look at this and realize, oh, this is gonna flop.
Yeah, but you know what? I actually do need to give props to the special effects because I actually thought that the special effects were impressive.
The visually it was awesome. I think the
Yeah.
way they incorporated reality versus CGI
Mm-hmm.
was absolutely fantastic. And when they're flying through space and you see all the different worlds and universes, um, that was
Yeah.
actually really cool too.
Yeah. Like,
Very interactive.
but you know what? I think that's the very issue that this movie had is that they relied too much on the whole nostalgia that
Yeah.
they forgot to focus on an actual like good story.
Oh,
That's what it
totally.
felt like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they made a ton of money on nostalgia alone, but I think the hard part is that even though they did rely on it, it's still like they made a ton of money, but it's like that's not a movie that anybody's gonna remember. It's not gonna be like the original Space Jam, where literally everybody still talks about it to this day, and it's been almost 30
Right.
years.
But you know what? I think another good funny moment in that movie is when they mistake Michael B. Jordan for Michael Jordan.
That was hilarious. Okay, that moment, I literally did laugh out loud, and I was like,
Yeah, I laughed at that joke
yeah, that was
because when you hear Michael B. Jordan, you're all like Michael Jordan.
right. I thought that was a nice play on words there. I thought that was actually probably my favorite joke of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I thought it was kind of cool that the bunny. I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. Not Bugs.
Lola.
Lola. It was pretty funny that Lola was in like a Wonder Woman universe where she was like competing.
Right.
I thought that was pretty funny, and I was like, of course she is. I mean, honestly, that of all the storylines that worked, that one I thought actually did work. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of tell of her personality.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're absolutely right because I think when it comes to kind of like storytelling characters, I definitely think that maybe Lola got the most of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there was something of a story with LeBron and his son, but it just felt very generic.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was terrible. I forgot his son was even in it. Is that his actual son? Is that his biological son?
I don't think so.
I want to say the older son in the movie was Bronny, the one that was playing on the basketball court with him in the early scenes.
Mm.
But I don't know if the younger kid actually is LeBron's son. I have no idea. But yeah, the whole plot twist, the quote unquote plot twist of the kid being a gamer versus a traditional sports athlete was a little stereotypical.
Yeah, it was.
Weak. It was weak.
Yeah, it felt like that there was just a lot of very weak character development, just all around. But
I kind of did like Bugs' storyline though. He was kind of just stuck in the world of the Looney Tunes.
True.
I thought that was kind of interesting. They didn't dive deep enough into it though. It was once again another storyline that was just too shallow.
Yeah, especially at the very end, you're all like, "Oh no, he died." No.
Oh yeah, of course. No, of course he didn't.
But then all of a sudden, hey, he's back. And but you know what?
They had to play on that. I mean, it makes sense.
But you know what? The weird thing is that it just made me go. It made me think of Ryan George's pitch meeting because have you heard of that guy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So when we're done with it with our video, you should definitely check out Scream Rant pitch meeting. This guy,
okay.
he has a pitch meeting with himself, but there's like more than 200 videos of like a lot of movies or TV shows. But he did a pitch. He did one for Space Jam, and there was one moment that felt like it was like hey, it was super easy, barely a convenience. oh, really? Yeah, Bugs Bunny doesn't die. He just goes into the real world, and then he's all like, well, wait, if he died, how did he get into the real world? Like, did his metamorphosis come to life from an egg?
Yeah, was he born? Like, what was the transition?
What was the logic behind it?
There was none.
There was none.
It's not like even like traditional Looney Tunes probably would have said like you jumped through a hole and like there was a hole that teleported you or something.
Exactly, because it felt like that it kind of looks like that they dismissed the logic of the first one.
Yeah, because the first one did have the golf course and he's reaching into the
Exactly, because
that whole thing.
Yeah, like they just lured Michael Jordan over to the golf hole, and they just lure him through with a rope, and they can easily just come out of that hole, and they're being followed by Wayne Knight.
Yeah, so it's like there was an opening there for a transition, but nope, he died and now he appeared here. Like, what?
Like there's no logic.
No. And Looney Tunes in the past has always done a better job of like giving some sort of, transition there to kind of try to make it logical. But this one just they failed that part.
It did. But either way, I think that this movie was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good for the blind and deaf.
But I do want to ask you one more question about this movie: is that do you think that this is a movie that is really meant for like children and it's not really meant for kids?
I just don't think they identified it. So what came like? How do I compare this? So like Fast and Furious movies, they know exactly who their audience is. So they took their original audience that came out with the movies 15 years ago, and they're still attacking that same audience because that same exact audience still thinks it's entertaining.
It's all about family.
There was another animated movie. Oh, Incredibles! When Incredibles 2 came out, it was clear, especially while watching. Great movie, by the way. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
It was clear that this movie was geared towards the original audience of Incredibles 1 that came out, once again, another 10, 12 years before it. So it's like Incredibles did an awesome job. I was going to say Incredibles did an incredible job, but that's ironic, of meeting their audience where they are now and hitting the nostalgia, but also creating a new storyline that had depth. Whereas Looney Tunes, Space Jam, they didn't know if they wanted the old Space Jam audience or if they want a new 6 to 10-year-old audience. Because the 6 to 10-year-old audience, there was so much nostalgia built into it, but no depth to it to grab onto it.
You just nailed it right there. Like,
I'm here all night.
Yeah, because it felt like that they relied too heavily on nostalgia, but they just never really
actually went to it.
Exactly. It was all it just felt like that they just shoehorned all these characters into this movie. It felt like a complete cornucopia of a lot of spiders in a hot plate filled with Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Just what do? It
felt like that they were all like, okay, we have a lot of characters. What do we do? It felt like that they had no idea what they were going to do.
No, they just went lazy with it. They're like, oh, we have LeBron James in it. He's, they did talk. I mean, it was kind of funny. They did talk about how in the movie he was picked for the program, right, to be the star because he has such a big following. It'll inherently create success. And I think they actually went for that. And they're like, oh, it doesn't matter what we do. He's got such a big following. This will automatically create success, which did not. It was a failure. I mean, what did it gross? Like, what did it actually do? Because it was also on Disney Plus, right?
No, this was HBO Max.
HBO Max. So box office numbers. Here we go.
155.
It's done 155.
Yeah, 155 million. That's in actual. That's like
blowing my mind. Actually, did that much money?
Yeah,
they sold nostalgia. They sold nostalgia.
But you have to think about this: is that Shang-Chi made that amount in its opening week.
Right, and Space Jam's done that over the course of what, a couple months, 2 months?
Exactly. So that is actually pretty bad when you think about it. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
still a ton of. What did it cost to make?
I think the movie costed $200 million.
Oh, so they're in the hole.
They're in the hole.
Oh, that ain't good. That ain't good. Yeah, so in the first weekend, and the second weekend only did 9.5 million.
That is so
Wow,
bad. Oh,
that's miserable. So it did 94 million dollars worldwide. That's for a movie that literally could have. I mean, that could have been another Titanic in terms of success. Like it should
yeah.
have been,
But either way,
especially with the lack of movies out right now. Like, come on.
well, there are some movies that I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Dune. That one looks dope.
I don't even know what
There's
that is.
uh it's got Dave Bautista, it's got Zendaya,
Oh, okay.
it's got Jason Momoa.
Oh, maybe I do. Oh, I do know about this movie. That does look really
It
good.
looks so cool.
Yes.
But yeah, there's Dune that's coming out. There's also The Eternals. I'm looking forward to that one.
Ooh, cannot wait for the Eternals.
Okay,
That looks fantastic.
yeah. The cinematography on this movie looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, but the one I'm looking forward to the most is Spider-Man 3.
Ooh, ooh, we, yeah, yeah. Talk about the multiverse.
Oh, okay,
That
but
looks fantastic, especially with
dude,
because they've underlined it all with like Loki and
mm-hmm,
Wanda and like all these different timelines.
mm-hmm. But
That's gonna be sick.
I just picked up on this and I actually posted this on my Instagram just I think it was yesterday, if
Mm-hmm.
not the day before. But I posted this reference to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse animated movie. Is that if you see in the background, you see Miles just kind of like this on his chair, he's all webbed up to the chair. But in the background, there is a big massive sign that says December 17th. And that is the actual initial release date for the third Spider-Man movie.
Like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie,
Uh
or
no,
just of this trilogy.
of this trilogy.
Okay, okay.
So the
Well,
initial release for this Spider-Man No Way Home is being released on December 17th. And I'm like, did they do this on purpose?
oh, they totally did. Oh, that 100%. Marvel doesn't do anything on accident.
Yeah.
Um,
So, but
it would be really cool if they do throw Tobey Maguire in there for a couple
oh,
scenes. That'd be.
there's actually some leaked stuff out there. It seems like that there is an actual confirmed leaked video of Tobey Maguire with Andrew Garfield on scaffolding.
No. Okay, well they could have
Yeah,
left out Andrew Garfield. Those were terrible.
but oh man, Andrew Garfield, he did not. He actually did not say a yes or no. He's just jumping around the question.
Oh, buddy.
So like for him, like he's not saying no, he's not saying yes, but you're all like, he's keep on laughing all the time, and in his body language, it's all like you're giving it away. You are in this movie.
You totally are. Well, at the same time, he could just be playing. He's an actor. Could just be playing us.
He could.
He could. In reality, he could just be like, "You guys asked me. I just didn't give you an answer, and obviously
Right.
not." And we're all like, "No." I mean, those movies weren't terrible. I didn't hate them. I was more annoyed that right after the second one dropped with with Andrew Garfield, was that his name?
Yeah.
Right after his sequel dropped, they already announced
That there was
this
going to
trilogy.
there was going to
Another
be there was going to be a Sinister Six movie. There was going to be a third Spider-Man, but they shoehorned too much into Amazing Spider-Man 2. They shoehorned too much.
Oh yeah, no, it was. There's been so much Spider-Man content too. It's like if there's a superhero that's potentially overplayed, Might be Spider-Man, but they keep doing a really great job at it. I didn't love Andrew
Yeah,
Garfield's Spider-Man, but
yeah.
I,
I didn't mind
it
him at
wasn't
all
terrible
either.
though.
I would definitely say that the first one is better than the second.
Yes, I honestly barely remember the second one, but I do remember the first one. So it's like, what sticks with you the longest?
Yeah, I mean, I actually tried watching The Amazing Spider-Man 2 just a couple of weeks
Mhm.
ago, and I'm like, no, I'm done.
Yeah, it's just kind of just tuned out, huh?
But you know what? I do think that the Spider-Man suit was a bigger improvement in the second
Yes.
one. But you know what?
Okay.
I actually thought that Jimmy Fox was actually pretty good as Electro. I thought he was good
Oh, I forgot about him.
because
Yeah.
I think Jamie Foxx's Electro was the underplayed villain, but he was hyped up to be kind of like the real big bad of the movie.
Right.
But I'm just really happy that Jamie Foxx is going to come back as Electro in the new Spider-Man 3.
This it's gonna be good.
So
This
like,
next one is gonna be good.
yeah, you got Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. You got Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. You got Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman. Jamie Foxx as Electro.
I didn't know. Wait, so you said they had Willem Dafoe back?
Yep.
He's back as Green Goblin.
I,
That's-
I can't say anything, but especially when you look at the pumpkin bomb, it is exactly the same to the original.
like the grenade thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that
The
did look.
grenade is the
Uh,
same thing.
and when I saw Doc Ock, I was like,
Ah!
ah!
But
That's oh
did you see Sandman in it?
no, no. I
Yeah.
watched it on my phone half asleep. I'll be honest, but I
Oh,
was jazzed about it. I was like,
yeah.
this is awesome.
Yeah, you can actually see Sandman just it's like a big whirlwind of sand. But
Oh yes.
you can actually see someone in the very middle of it, but then you see yellow lightning, and that is clearly Jamie Foxx's Electro. But if you pay close attention, if you got that eagle eye, you can actually possibly see the lizard.
Oh,
But
that's wild.
it's kind of hard to think if it's going to be a Dylan Baker or a I think his name is Iran Kane, the guy
Okay.
the guy that played the new uh professor, the guy that is like he was the main villain in Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
We just don't know if it's going to be him or Dylan Baker because Dylan Baker he was in
Ooh. They
he
might keep it according to the trilogy though, based off the first one.
but you don't see Dylan Baker become the lizard. That's the only issue.
True. Yeah, it's a tough one. Only time will tell. And when does it come out? Is it December? Does it come out in December?
December 17th.
Oh, that's right. Duh. That's gonna be a
But
good
yeah,
one.
I
That's gonna
think
be a good one.
have you seen the animated Spider-Man movie, the one that's about Miles Morales?
Oh yeah, yeah, I did see that one.
I
It was
love that
okay.
movie.
It was see that's another thing. I'm honestly not a huge like animated movie type person, but I do remember sitting down and watching that one, and I was able to sit through the whole thing. And I, by the time it ended, I remember being like, oh, that's fun. That's cute. It's a good
Mhm.
movie.
But yeah, we just kind of went down a rabbit hole talking about Spider-Man and just kind of like how excited we are.
We did.
But the last thing I wanted to ask you is, what would you give Space Jam: A New Legacy in its rating?
Oh, because it's only getting this because of how good it looked. Because it did look really good. The production behind it
Yeah.
looked solid. So it gets a solid 3.
Mm. Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be a 0.
Yeah. I actually gave it that same exact rating. It's a 3 out of 10.
Okay, I was just gonna say we're at a 10, right? Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right.
But I just can't get over of how many characters were shoehorned into this. I mean, it was still cool to see all the characters. It was cool.
Yeah, it's what they spent all their money on their characters and no story.
Yeah. but a lot of the characters that they shoehorned into this movie served no purpose but for nostalgic reasons.
No, it was terrible. It was terrible. There was no depth to it. It was just shallow all around. There was no, you know, it was an ocean 100 miles wide but an inch deep. You know,
right? Oh, did you see the mask in it? Jim Carrey's mask.
Yes, I did, and I was like, that's a little callback. That's
yeah, I thought that was cool.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, so that was our rating for Space Jam: A New Legacy. And hey, Aaron, do you have any last thoughts about this movie? Like, do you think
it sucked?
Yeah, overall, it really sucked.
It had moments.
It was good.
It was really great. Everybody should go see it. But if you're going to see it, don't pay for it.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will definitely see you guys next time when I actually review. Possibly that is going to be Biomutant, because that's the newest game that I'm playing right now. But if not Biomutant, you're probably going to see me review Shang-Chi. So look out for that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I'm just going to stop recording here.
Cool.
So that was my review for Space Jam: A New Legacy. And I gotta say, yep, it was a good movie. Or was it not? Anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video, and if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and please press that like button. And if there's other movies, video games, or even TV shows that you want me to review, leave it down in the comment section down below. Keep drinking coffee, and I will see you guys next time.